everyone should have a right to their opinion. Everyone should, you know what I'm saying? Whoopi Goldberg made a statement on her show, The View.
It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. Going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about
maybe
race.
But it's about white supremacy. It's
Well,
about
but
going
it's not-
after
it's
Jews
not about
ideal race.
But these are two
Romas.
white groups of people.
Well, that was after black
but
people
how-
too.
see them as white
And they were
But you're
after
missing the
homosexuals.
point. You're missing the point.
Yeah.
The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other.
You know, like you said, opinions and so forth. What did you think about how they canceled her? They suspended her for a couple of days. I believe she's back on now. You know, what do you think about that situation?
My thing is that how you feel about that is going to depend on if you believe that Jewish is a race. I don't necessarily feel that way. I think Jewish is religion because they're Jews that aren't white. They're black Jews. So do black Jews, do they get to have two races?
Right.
Like, did they get a bonus? Or,
right.
And if they do, and I mean, we making jokes, but like, you know, but I mean, honestly, if I'm a black Jew, and for the people who are mad at Whoopi, then you would have to believe I have two races, right? So, because I know you're not telling me one supersedes one.
Right.
Like, soon as I adopted that religion, now I became not black and a Jew. So now, if I have more than one, then can I use that to my advantage? Or like when, let's say if I'm applying for a job and they say they're doing this for, you know, demographic, you know, they can't use this to, but they want to know, you know, can I put that I'm not black?
Right. I'm biracial.
Right, yeah.
I'm black and Jewish.
So,
right.
But if you do believe, though, that Jewish is a race, then I could understand why you'd be offended by what Whoopi said. So, but a statement like that, though, she said that she believed that it wasn't about race. So I don't see why you cancel her for that. Because let's say somebody said that slavery wasn't about race, right? I wouldn't even cancel them for that. You know why? That would just make me feel they're delusional, right? They may believe that,
right?
Because if somebody said that, so if they did this, slavery wasn't about race, then they wildin'. I mean, they wildin' either way. But that looks crazier for them to have a whole set of a basis of why, That don't mean I'm agree. But no, this person's presenting an argument. And to me, they're just crazy. I'm not gonna cancel them for that. You know, like just because you're crazy, you get like, you know, you're not gonna be able to sell slavery wasn't about race. You know, but if you have like now if you take it past that and you start, you know, being specifically offensive or you know, that's different. But if you're just making hey, you know, I don't think it was about that, and you give that. I don't feel you should be canceled for that. So Whoopi was giving her what her beliefs were. So now, if it was one thing, if it was like, well, you know, it wasn't about race, and you know, so I don't understand what the big deal was.
Right.
Now that's a little crazy.
She didn't downplay
right.
the event.
Right.
She was saying
the
focus
had she
was...
said something like that, then I'd be like, okay.
Right.
Because that a lot happened.
And the like you said, the funniest thing is she clearly said it was not about race, because if they focused on the Jewish religion, or even, you know, if you look at the history of it, they took, oh, you're not pure,
right?
Or, you know what I'm saying? So
Hitler thought he was purifying,
right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's a deeper thing, and I feel like she didn't get a chance to really say what she wanted to say because they kept talking over her.
Right.
And I think she wanted to expound on it a little bit more, and I don't think she got a chance to. But yeah, like you said, Judaism is a religion. And this is similar to how, you know, when Trump and them was in office, they would talk about the Muslims. as if that was a race of people. That's a religion.
Yes.
There are countries and there's different, races of people that study
that practice
Islam.
Yeah.
And it's just the groupings, and that's where we get caught up on a lot of things. What's black? What's white? Like, what's this? What? So it's like, and that's why sometimes I don't jump on, oh, you're racist, because a lot of times somebody can just hate someone because they think, or they're grouping them into one of the groups. You know what I'm saying? More than just, oh, I don't like this. They don't have to ask, where are you from first before I hate you? They're just gonna start hating you.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's another thing going on too. The chick Aquafina. She from Crazy Rich Asians. She was in Shang-Chi.
Oh.
The Asian chick. They said she talks black.
What is that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Talking black. So again, it's not the race.
Right.
She's talking black. So what's black? How do black people talk?
I don't even know what that means.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we get into, it's not racial, it's a grouping. It's the hip hop culture, you saying? She talks with, because she grew up in Queens. I don't know who she grew up around,
yeah.
But we all got that white dude, that tiny dude, this dude, the Spanish kid that talked like us. Or
and sometimes
hip hop culture was black and Hispanics anyway.
I'm about to say, because at the end of the day, an Italian family was the move into the South Bronx. Right.
They're
and
literally
that's where
there.
they live. When the kid goes outside and plays, who's
his
he
interactions,
around?
Right.
So everything he's experiencing, as far as from that environment, I mean, hey,
And then when it comes to Aquafina, okay, people are upset because of how she talks. Well, why does she have to talk a certain way to please you?
My thing is,
if it's genuine.
So that's about
if it's genuine.
That's where I was about to get at. So because if I felt like she was appropriating,
right.
But if I knew her, and if I grew up around her and this was the way she always, I mean, what do you want her to do?
Right. If it's genuine,
right, yeah.
And that's just how she was raised, and was that's who she was.
And it's again about what people know. Everybody's quick with the. Oh, she faking, That's possible, but how do you know that?
Right.
yeah, I mean,
and that's why I say, if that's genuinely how she talks, then that's just who she is. You know what I'm saying? But now you want her to talk a certain way, so she's supposed to sound like the typical Asian accent. Right. You want her to be, that's what you. Why does she have to please you?
What if she doesn't even have many Asian friends?
Right. I don't know how she was raised, her come up.
I mean, she's May.
Yeah.
I mean, she obviously would have family.
Right.
But
her age would also determine, is she more into the digital era with internet and stuff, and you're more free to, you know what I'm saying? There's people now, the cultures blend so much now because of the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got, we learned, from Drake and them, from the music and stuff, how Canada talk, or we learned from because for the longest I didn't know there were so many Caribbean people that were in Toronto like that. Because I thought Drake was bugging.
The only reason because a lot of people was getting at him for doing all that, and I used to tell people I got my boy, the Jamaican. When we was young, every summer we used to go to Toronto, and I never, I was like, I go to. He said, I'm going to. The first time I'm going to Canada. I'm like, what you going to Canada for? He's like, oh nah, my aunts,
right.
They got it's mad at them over there. So that culture is real there. So you grow up, you're not a stranger to that at all.
Right, and that's where we're at. So like I said, if it's genuine, I got no problem with her talking. And then the label they put on it, talking black. Yeah. But then we do it too. Oh, this man talks proper. He's talking white. So again, it's not.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't recognize a different vernacular.
Of course.
From how we grow up speaking, who was around us, and stuff like that. So I'm not saying I don't get what they mean at all. Right. So but
I know what you mean.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But it's what you're saying.
But to call it again, with the amount of there's black people who can speak to us that don't sound nothing like us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing like being from the inner city or from
Right.
any type of urban setting, but they're black though.
Right. And we've both been in leadership in retail
Right.
and stuff like that.
Code
when I'm
switching,
doing
bro.
right, code switching. When I'm doing a morning meeting,
Absolutely.
when I'm doing a training, when
Absolutely.
I'm talking to the customer,
Absolutely.
you're gonna get one way.
Absolutely.
When I clock out,
Funny
what I'm a
story.
nigga
Funny story. So my new spot, the security guards, they're mostly all black dudes, right? So where I work, you gotta have you probably like this too. You gotta have a badge to even get to the elevator, or whatever, right? It was my first time working in an office like this.
Right.
No, it was like that, like real lockdown, like serious.
Right. By the way, congratulations getting out of retail.
Oh yeah.
I finally, weekends, holidays, welcome to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one day it's time for lunch, right? So, there's not like, my immediate unit, people I work with, it's almost all of us are black, which I was surprised to find. I mean, my manager's black, whatever, but in the company, there's still a lot of white people around, and there's not a lot of people around the office period because a lot of people are still remote. But generally, there's way more white people than black people in the company I work for. So, I was speaking to some executives I was had during that day. So we code switch. We're very adaptable. Black people, especially black people from the inner city, we're chameleons. So when the situation calls for this, we can be this. Situation calls for that, we can do that. And the dope shit is the whole time we're still being who we are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a mode talking. I'm going to lunch, and I'm by myself. So I see the security guard, and I see he's a black young dude. So by reflex, like not even because I'm like, hey, this is a young black dude, so you gotta. But it was subliminal. Like I saw him. And I see he looked me in my eyes. So because I see he was trying to engage. So I'm like, what's good, B? And he looked so excited that I spoke to him in that manner.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Right.
It took him, he was, but it was natural. Like that was my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I saw him, and I'm like, what's good, B? He was like, yeah, it was good. I'm like, he's at lunchtime. I'm like, yeah, He's like, yo. I'm like, yo. He's like, yeah, it's time to get lunch. You kill the rest of the day. I'm like, yeah, how many hours you got? Yo, I got like 3 hours left. And I'm like, yo, knock those out. But it made us both feel good to engage with each other that way, because it wasn't what's good be 10 minutes ago when I was upstairs.
Right. Because you loosen the tie up a little bit and get more comfortable. Yeah.
But but we, like you said, we adapt and we can thrive in any type of situation because we know how to be. So this whole talking black, like it's retarded.
Right. And that's why I say at this point it's like, okay, black, even the term black, it's just categorized for, because we could be Jamaican, African, wherever, and we're just black. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
black is always something negative.
Right. Black Fridays and black markets and black holes and all that.
Yeah.
Like, so it always has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
So black history, you really think about it, what they saying. You know what I'm saying? So they just group us in. So same thing. So if that's the race, you know what I'm saying, and if I become a black Jew, like Whoopi Goldberg, I believe, I don't know how much she studies of it, but I mean, she changed her last name to Goldberg. Maybe she did it for entertainment purposes to get into the industry because they kind of control the industry. But at the end of the day, they let her know, we don't care what your last name is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get this Nick Cannon treatment. You're going to get this, because the cancel culture, there's only a couple of groups that really have that power.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the
Alphabet
Jews.
City.
And you know what I'm saying? And I can say it because I own this network. Y'all can't cancel me. Y'all could kind of, but it's gonna take a lot of work. I pay for the website. I pay for all that. Y'all got to go. We go to court for all this.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, I don't want to, but stop. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing.
I'm just playing.
it's
What I'm
only
saying.
entertainment.
What I'm saying.
but they're the only ones that truthfully cancel.
Really, yeah, that's
you know,
true.
but they have the infrastructure to do so.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When Nick Cannon said what he said, Viacom said we taking Wildin' out. When Whoopi said what she said, ABC
you gotta
said cancel that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When
down.
Joe Rogan says what he says, Spotify's like,
But did he mean it?
right.
Was he really
And
being
again,
racist?
that's because we're not in the uproar.
Yeah.
We're not saying, "Oh, I'm not listening to
Niggas
Spotify."
is holding them down.
Right. I believe
Niggas is making so many excuses.
Yeah.
For him. Then you got the whole crew with the we said to each other and we mad.
And because at this point, it's like, you know, we need the infrastructure. If you know, we don't even own BET no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say if he said it on BET, but then it's like we can't even cancel it because we don't even own BET no more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. That's the biggest issue with that. Let us know. Comment below. Let us know what y'all think about, you know, them things right there we spoke about. You know, just give us your thoughts on all of it. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about Joe Rogan, what he said? How you feel about Whoopi, what she said? You know what I'm saying? How you feel about Kanye, what he got going on? just let me know everything.